Hey everybody, welcome back to D-Zoned. Let's go ahead and see what the WADinator has for us today. NIRVANA.WAD. Oh boy, hopefully it's not like a backported map 21 or something. Let's see. Nirvana, DM, okay. By Ian C. Hay. My second attempt at a level. My beta testers have been complimentary. Oh, it does have single player. Haha. But my beta testers have been complimentary, judging by the insults about being a sick bastard. Oh no. Emphasis on secrets, traps, and size, winky face. It helps to play E1, M1, but it's not absolutely necessary, smiley face. If you get 100% first time, you use the cheat codes or you're a damn fine doomer! P.S. If you do it all first time, no cheats, mail me and I'll make a harder one. Grin. This level takes longer to build with BSP than it does for me to go to the bank. 200 yards. Get money. Onto Vicky Wine, another 200 say, to get some tabs and beer. And that's on a 486 SX 33 MHz, 8 megabytes of memory. Additional credits to Raphael and Brendan, the Do crew. I'm getting tongue twisted today. This is terrible. Per Allenson and Per Kofod for making, is it per or I don't know, for making big levels possible with the ported version. Colin Reed without BSP. Oh, that's spelled so wrong. Psychedelic things happen. The beta testers, Dean Rocks, Sysop of the Happy Hippie BBS, Lee Botterill, and Nigel Hay. All right. So, yeah, E1M2, single-player co-op deathmatch difficulty. Yes. Lots of attention to the difficulty, apparently. It took ages. I can relate. New sounds, graphics, and demos. Nopety, nope. New level from scratch. Lost count, on and off for 3 weeks. Editors used, DJGPP 51521. Wait, DJGPP is a... that's like a port of GCC to DOS. And BSP 11X. I don't know. Apparently a person got the compiler mixed up with the actual, editor, which would be do in this case. Authors may not use this level as a base. You may distribute this WAD. And you can get it from a random BBS in the UK. I'm sure it's still around. Or CompuServe. That works. Alright, well anyway. Now that we got that out of our system, let's go ahead and play a Nirvana. And let's see how much of a Doom god we are. The whole trap thing kind of scares me, though. I don't know about this. Oh, boy. 15 secrets? What? And these are all unmarked key doors, as you can tell by the lovely Boom auto map. Alright. I would like that shotgun. I could see it beyond this. I glided. I just fucking glided. Oh, man. Am I gonna have to restart? I know I can get back, but how long is it gonna take? I didn't expect it to be that freaking easy. I literally just wanted to measure it up with it. Oh, I just glided the other way. Alright, well, this is already a golden episode, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, shit. Alright, well, I heard Kako. Let's just hit all the switches, why not? What's the worst that can happen, aside from everything? I don't see anything else open, but then again, I might have to look on the other side. This is all probably hurt floor, isn't it? Sure is. At least it's only 5 damaging, so, yeah, that's a bit better than what I usually see. Alright. I saw a... I don't know if that's just a segment of... Oh, it's just a switch that's... Okay. Let's do a quick search for switches along the backside here. We don't have a whole lot of time, and I'm not sure how many more rad suits we're going to need. So, there's that too. I think something else... I thought I heard something. No, that just went back up. That's useful. Alright, well... Not all switches work in our favor. Oh, we have 2 keys now. We have yellow and blue. This is a very, very bright crate, which, I mean, you can understand. Look at all the lights in the ceiling. crate maze. It's not a crate. Unless we're inside of a crate. Maybe this is like crateception. Like we're in a giant crate, navigating around a bunch of little crates, and stepping on even littler crates. Wow. It's mind-blowing. Crate.WAD. New project by Spectre. I don't know. I don't really trust those marble things in the floor. That is a Baron. And all I have is the shotgun. I'm not a fan of that. What? Sure. I probably shouldn't have done that. Bro. Dick move, man. Dick move. Good job. Good job. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Look at how much free ammo I'm giving you. Granted, they're not actually, you know, shells. They're just, it's just a whole lot of buckshot. But, you know. Oh, this is just disconcertingly bright. Which again, you know, overhead lighting. It makes sense. There you go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find all the secrets. It's a pretty stout secret count, but I do want to kind of prove how much of a Doom... Doom God I am. Sorry, I had to kind of like wind up for that one. I would really, really love a chain gun, but I don't know. 90s WAD authors seemed really hesitant to give those things out. I mean, I have 200 bullets, so... I mean, it'd be pretty fantastic if I... Wait, did I see it? I did! When I first glanced at that, I thought it was a chainsaw, but no, it's actually a chain gun. How the hell do I get it? Yeah. I don't suppose I can just glide through here. I can't, actually. I'm just really terrible at guideless glides. Anyway, if you're confused as to why I'm doing like this, basically, if the spacing between two blocks is basically the width of the status bar, as you can see right here, you can technically like make that glide. Like, that's what I was just trying to do in the other room, and I just ended up running straight through. Alright, what the hell? Let's try these. Oh, shit. Oh! Okay. So, wait a minute. If I jump down there, how would I get out? Well, I don't know. Ah, okay. Sweet! So those raise the boxes by a certain amount. So if you step on them too much, you'll end up like locking yourself out of it. But if you do it just right, you get a shiny new chain gun. And oh boy, what am I doing? All right, let's actually go down the right path this time, or the correct path. There we go. Look at us. This is trapped. All right. Whoa. What? Don't tell me. Oh! Holy crap, this is weird. Okay, alright, well, we're... Hi there! That was kind of mean. It's a good thing I have the chain gun, so I can basically stun lock these mofos. Ow! Stop it! It's a bad tomato! Alright, well... I wonder what other fresh hells opened up for us. Kind of seems like that might be it. Maybe. Well, we do have that blue key. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other openings. Alright, well, let's go to the blue key door. The unmarked blue key door. Look at this light sourcing. Weird. Someone was taking... Oh, that's just... I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this now. Because the crusher just turned itself off way too quickly. So I see what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just kind of dash over there, but... I don't know, I might be able to... This might be the death of us, we'll see. Because that's really low, it's going to crush me very quickly. And unfortunately, it seems like when you pass over the line from the other side, it stops the crusher. Yeah, we're fucked. Yeah, that was kind of BS. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to Well, whatever. I don't really need to pull off the glide again. It's kind of cool that I did it the first time. And then I got another, like, sidestep glide, like, immediately after. Because, you know, why not? The thing with that crusher, and this is, again, one of those cases where, you know, just trust in id, because they kind of know what they're doing. For situations like that, where there's a good possibility you'd get crushed, notice that id generally would use fast crushers, so that, you know, it wasn't a death sentence. So it's like it could be a punishing trap, and yet it didn't have to be just instant death. I don't know. I actually responded to a comment earlier from someone who said that it was difficult to make good WADs in 94. No, it's just difficult to make polished ones. Because, I mean, a lot of these, like, dickish traps, there's really no precedent for them in the original Doom WADs. Doom was generally pretty generous when it came to traps, aside from a few inescapable death pits. Generally speaking, the trickiest parts, and one of the big innovations with Doom Builder, was actually being able to align textures in a 3D view without having to screw around too much. I mean, and of course there's, you know, performance and efficiency and all that stuff. It's just not to diminish Codimp's and, you know, other developers' accomplishments there, but yeah. A lot of the bad WADs we see in this series, they're just, in terms of game design, they're poor. It's like I said a few times, I don't grade aesthetics on these WADs. I mean, I'll point it out just, you know, for laughs and all that stuff, but in this case, it's all about the gameplay. And you really do, a lot of times, you will get something that's generally good, but then has like a dickish moment like that, where you can actually end up in a situation where it's just literally impossible to proceed because you ended up stepping over the wrong line def at the wrong time. Actually, Doom 2 in Spain only even had that issue, which, granted, that's supposed to kind of ape the styling of a, well, knockoff WAD project, essentially. So it kind of fits there, but if you've watched Casino's playthrough of it, he ends up actually getting stuck in a crusher trap. I want to say it was like on map 7 or something like that. But yeah, he ended up in, actually it was basically the same exact situation I ran into there, where he ended up activating the crusher, running out of the room, and thus walking over a stop line def. And then he couldn't actually go into the room without getting instantly crushed. The map became unwinnable. But yeah, I mean, that's purely a design issue. It has nothing to do with the editors at the time, which were more than capable of designing, you know, decent WADs. And I also did point out that there were several levels that received very high marks from me, despite being made in those tools. So, I don't know. One thing to keep in mind before, and, you know, I mean, obviously, not everyone's keenly aware of the history of Doom map editing, so I understand the point that the commenter was trying to make, but please keep in mind that I was around when this stuff was being developed. I'm pretty well aware of the limitations of the era. Not to sound overly cocky, but I mean, I was very, very, very much into Doom in my early childhood, so yeah. There's a reason I appreciate these old WADs the way that I do. Ooh. This was pretty nasty, I gotta say. Holy hell. I didn't expect those pinkies. I would say so far the only real mark against this map is just the way that you can make it unwinnable with the crusher. And actually, slow crushers aren't a bad idea for this section here. The biggest problem I have with them is just simply the fact that it's too easy to turn them off prematurely and end up in an unwinnable state. Like, realistically, when you activate this crusher, it should just stay activated. Yeah. I like that one over there. Somehow it ended up... Actually, I think I know why. It's because the line def around here is what actually toggles them. You saw the same thing on the other side. When you walked out of that crusher area, it turned off. I'm not going to grab those rockets. It seems like a death wish. So I'm kind of curious about that secret area back there. Wait a minute, I didn't grab a red key. Now I'm curious. But, yeah, just to kind of add to that point, and most of the ribbing I do in this series is out of love and admiration. I think it is, I mean, even the WADs we consider bad here, I mean, the people who made them are still pioneers. It was very early days in terms of, like, game modding and all that stuff in general, so, yeah. A lot of the harsh criticism, it's valid. Don't get me wrong. I do speak what's on my mind when it comes to a lot of the stuff, but, yeah, it's, a lot of the ribbing is out of love. Some sort of love. A little bit lost on where to go next, though. Gotta admit, this hasn't exactly been clear when it comes to directions. Gotta know what these switches do. Unfortunately, that's the end of our rad suits. Yeah, see, we're also we're in one of those cases where I think I could see why the person considers whoever can beat this without cheats to be a Doom god, because it seems to be one of those maps that requires you to be a mind reader. It's pretty common in early days, like just not really like putting mandatory keys behind secret doors, not marking walls, like secret walls is using different textures or anything. I do hear an imp. Anything in here that I didn't poke? I'm afraid to touch that one switch in the center because I think that platform's going to raise again and lock me out of here. Alright, well, you know what? We've been at this for about 8 minutes, not including the first run. Let's go ahead and... yeah, see what I mean? Alright. Yeah. Okay. And that's... I would disagree with that being considered Doom goddom if you figure that out. That's more like you just ran out of ideas and started humping every single wall. It's a shame, too, because I mean, it's been a fairly solid map aside from that and the Crusher. But, oh well, what you gonna do? So, got this. Alright. Alright. Something's behind me, I think. Yeah. Yeah, you're behind me. Well, you know, at least this being Doom 1, I know that there's no pain elemental spitting more of these guys out. And it sounds like they're infighting in the other room. That's pretty awesome. Okay. And this is flagged as a secret. That looks like, if I had to guess, it's probably an inescapable pit. Oh, there's a teleporter down there. No. Okay. Sounds like... oh. At least this isn't herd floor. But it's like... you know, again, we get into this kind of oblique design because one of these, which is right in front of me, is the teleporter out of here. There's really no way of knowing. Also, this is the wall out. Yeah. It's one of the reasons I try to explicitly praise like early maps like this that actually properly mark their secret doors. I'm not saying you have to have an arrow pointing to them, but oh, that would have been useful a little bit ago. I'm not saying you have to have a giant arrow pointing to every single hidden door, but you know, little subtle texture alignments, subtly different textures. Again, I mean, a lot of the game design documentation for Doom was just, oh, see, that's a red key right there. Okay. But a lot of that stuff was just kind of following id's example. It's pretty much what it boiled down to. So wait, did this... So it's still not open. Not sure exactly. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, that's a pretty decent way to go about it. Oh man, there's a bunch of secret rooms I missed because they weren't marked in any sort of special way. And again, it's one of those things where, you know, eventually you could figure... Wait, no, that's in the other room. Haha, derp. But eventually you could figure it out, sure. And by figure it out, I mean just do this. Which, frankly, it's one of the reasons I use the map sheets in cases like this, because it's just not worth it. Alright. Okay. Thanks, block map. And pop. Good. Good. So many absurd secrets. And I don't know about this. That might be a death sentence. Well, you know what? Just save it and find out, shall we? It was not, because they were on their way up. Good. Ooh, plasma. Oh, okay. Alright, neat. So, only things I could think of are, one, you either need a switch to open that back door up. Maybe you shoot it. No. Either you need to hit a switch to open that up, or it just kind of, you teleport in there, and that's your way out. Okay. Yeah, see, this one's inching closer. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go out and go back in. Hold up, wait a minute. There's no red card. Not that I've seen, anyway. Unless... Oh, I think I see what you might have to do. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe you have to go in here. Poke... Ah, of course. Of course. Okay, fuck it. We're doing this. Oh, lost souls, you are so fucking annoying. And that thing looks vaguely like the Horde symbol turned on its side. Kinda neat. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to go back and pick that up. Not a big deal. I do like how they do those drop-offs, just to kind of force you into arenas. I would have probably did it maybe a little bit later. That way you can't just do what I'm doing here. And this author does know how to use ambush flags too, which is kind of nice to see. You know what? I don't blame the author for this. Doom 1's bestiary is just really limited. Okay. So this is another way of dropping down from here. Gotta be a little mindful of these fellas. There we go. And again, another very well hidden whatchamafudget. Alright, well we're up here now. That's kind of neat. And, so that's leading us into a completely different room. With a spider mastermind, of course. Well, thank you. So, what else do we have here? Cells, some cells. Our reception has increased slightly. And a red key card, there we go. That's what we've been looking for. And honestly, that blur sphere is kind of proof that the author did know what he was doing in terms of Wow, that was exactly enough cells. Nice. But proof that the map author knew what he was doing in terms of... oh, initials. There we go. In terms of enemy design. Because it's like you give them a blur sphere, make them, and then make the player run out and grab an invuln with a spider mastermind. Yeah. He knew what that thing was useful for. Oh. Super Soli sphere-y thingy. Okay. Now how do I get you down? I don't know. Nothing seems to be raising up when I'm frantically spam the use key around the room. There's actually no other sectors that can come up outside of this. Probably a donut sector. Not sure how I would activate it though. Well, exhausted that. Alright, let's go. It might be one of those cases where you just kind of teleport in directly on top of the sphere. Wouldn't be entirely out of line for something like this. Wait, wrong one. It's this one! Oh, man. And that's one of the things. It's like if that crate were a different color. What is... Oh, stop. I'm not sure if that's the... I'm gonna save in case it says the exit. I do want to prove my Doom goddom after all. You know, auto map cheat aside. Like I said, I really don't think it counts for maps like this, where everything's just kind of... eh. Oh, well look at that. Another thing that doesn't help too... well, it doesn't help. One thing that actually does help is that all these lines seem to be double flagged. So it's like a lot of times you'll get a secret... you'll get secret credit for going into the door, and then you'll get another secret credit for going into the room. It's pretty common, because a lot of times if you, like, extended a sector... I think Doom Builder still does this, actually. If you extend a sector, it will carry over the flags from the sector you extended. Oh, right, up here. Yep. Yeah. It's just an... unfortunately... oh, wait. Unfortunately, another map where the amount of secrets is actually kind of absurd. And not really in a good way. I don't really understand... because again, it's like I said before, we had a big old level guide. It was called the id Software Maps. And it's just... it's like a lot of people just kind of had a steadfast refusal to kind of follow the general design guidelines that were more or less put in place by, you know, Romero, Peterson, Hall, you know, eventually Green, McGee, etc. Is there anything special? Well, okay, well I need to go in here first. I do understand... oh god. This is not ideal Baron fighting circumstances. Yep. Knew that was gonna happen. Bro, what are you doing? He's stuck on the door track. I'm gonna have to just shotgun him to death. There's not enough room for rockets. Oh, pain. Life is pain! Now that I think about it, I'm kind of wondering, because I remember John Romero at one point kind of published his kind of internal guidelines on what makes for a good Doom map. Are you... okay. Did these also fall? Yeah, that's kind of horse shit. I'm just gonna id clip to get up there. But yeah, I don't remember when John Romero published his kind of guidelines on what makes good Doom. Okay, but why though? Okay, I don't really have enough plasma to do this, but really hope you don't expect me to shotgun this guy to death or rocket him to death. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough time to do that. I really should not have picked up that invuln, or invis. Yeah, no way in hell. Well, this is kind of one of these things. It's not even super shoddy either, that's the worst part about it. It's like, even if I wanted to try berserk punching him to death, his corridors are way too tight. But anyway, John Romero at one point did publish, like... Hey, there we go. Look at that. Beat him. Yeah. Okay, for like the 4th frickin' time. John Romero at one point did publish, like, his internal guide on how to make a good and proper Doom map. I don't know when he did that, but I want to say he did it on Usenet at some point. And it was publicly available. I remember reading it. Oh, in the author's signature room. Okay. Another unmarked wall, I'd have to guess. Yeah, here it is. Oh man, this one is going to be a hard one to rate because it was generally fun. But man, did it have some really bad, very sour points. Alright. Oh, that one actually, this door actually is labeled or marked. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm calm. I'm calm. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. I just shotgunned a fucking cyber demon to death when there was a BFG in the level. I wish I could say that was the first time something like that happened, but my god, I seem to have this history of doing that. Alright, let's make our way to the exit, shall we? God. Well, you know what? If that doesn't make me a true Doom god, I don't know what does. God. Sometimes I wonder how I managed to play harder levels in this game. Alright, I got an id clip because of this bogus nonsense. I don't suppose that's a lift, is it? No. Why? What the fuck? Really? I don't care. Okay. See, I think that works in Tricks and Traps because those are just like, you know, it's kind of a obvious platforming segment. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so that was DM... Oh, Nirvana. NIRVANA.WAD. Which seems to have been renamed from its original title. Whatever. But, that was okay. It's just one of those things where, again, I struggle to rate this because it does some pretty unforgivable sins, like crushers that are set up in a way where you could very, very easily soft lock. Because really, so here's the thing. If you're setting up a crusher like that, there's two actions. There's start crusher, there's stop crusher. You put the start crusher pretty much leading into the crusher. You know, that's fine. But when it comes to the stop line def, well, actually, no, you have to put the start a little bit sooner for other reasons. But you put the stop line def like closer to the exit. That way you don't have the crushing sounds happening constantly, and yet you can't end up in a situation where the player just can't proceed. As far as the start line def goes, you do need to put that a little bit further in advance, because if they run over the start line def, or the stop line def while the crusher is low enough, yeah, it's just going to be a wall at that point. But, yeah, oh, jeez. So again, yeah, pretty solid action, but man, the progression on this level is complete nonsense. Just to be 100% brutally honest. You need to waddle through secret areas, like, not just one, but you have to go through, like, clusters of secret areas just to find the mandatory red key. It's like the blue and the yellow key, I mean, you get those almost too easily. But that red key, man, and you need that to exit. So it's not like you can just skip it, it's not like it's for an optional secret area with a BFG and all that stuff. I don't know. But yeah, mandatory keys hidden behind secret exits is a huge no-no. Some pretty decent puzzles, like getting the chain gun. I like stuff like that. That's kind of nice. I don't even mind when stuff like that is permanently missable, because it's like, as long as you can trigger an action and see what's happening, it's not a problem. Like in that case, if you go over those pretty obvious lines on the floor, you could see the crates raise up. And if you end up running over them too many times, you at least know what you did wrong. And you can go back and, do it again. So I don't mind stuff like that. It'd be better if it were, you could reset it, but I'm okay with it being the way it is. But the rest of it, oh man, that's tough. I think if it didn't have the key cards, like, hidden behind mandatory things, this would probably be like a 7, but as it stands, I really can't rate it more than a 4, because you just need to... Actually, I don't know, that might even be too generous, considering how much wall humping you have to do just to be able to beat the map. So I think I'm going to go with a 3.5 out of 10 on this one. There was a lot of promise, there were a lot of good ideas here, but, geez, it's just the things it did wrong, it did really, really wrong. So, that's just the way it goes, I suppose. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.